dears, welcome to Beauty by Heart. I'm Lilin, also known as Lulu. Today I'll be sharing with you dears the DIY to the palette, and the palette will be the Colourpop Wild Child palette. In this video, I'll be sharing with you dears the colours selected for the dupe, this eye makeup look, my final thoughts whether I want to buy this or not, and the comparison between this Wild Child palette versus the Brown Sugar palette. I love Colourpop for their pricing and also their quality. I used to chase Colourpop's new release since 2018. And starting last year, I started to realize they are actually duping themselves. For Duping Colourpop's palette, I'm challenging myself to only use Colourpop colors to dupe the new palette. I also find that Colourpop is repackaging, rename some of the shades and then just release a new palette. As I'm cutting down buying eyeshadow palette because it takes up space, and a lot of my eyeshadows palettes has already turned moody. I'm buying similar color stories and Colourpop is repeating the color stories. And now Colourpop also increased their free international shipping to 60 USD, so it's more difficult to hit the 60 USD because a lot of their stuff, the older stuff, are not restocked. So it's harder for me to buy and combine and hit the free international shipping. So that's why for their new release, recently I will just dupe the color first, see whether I have the color stories already, and then decide further whether I want to get them or not. If you dears are also like me having tons of Colourpop colors and are tempted to get a new release, probably this series can help you out to decide better and reconsider whether you want to get the new palette or not. Especially so if you already own the colors, because nowadays we are still not back to our normal days. And if you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you happen to like this video, please consider to subscribe. Thank you so much. And now let's get started. Before I start, I would like to share some love and do a little shout out for this interesting comment for my previous video. And this goes to... She's Chow and she has a YouTube beauty channel. She just started out. Chow is an Indonesian currently staying in Singapore, and she loves to do beauty and she always do very creative painting on her face. She likes to draw butterfly, Merlion, ice cream on her face. So if you dears likes to find out more from her, please also check out her channel. I was impressed by her comment because for my previous video, I was sharing with you dears the 5 disappointing eyeshadow palette in 2020, and she took the extra mile and effort and time to state what are the 5 palettes that I mentioned in the comment section below. Thank you so much, Chow. And now let's continue with the duping. So Colourpop released this Wild Child palette last week, and currently it is sold out on their website. This is retailing at 12 USD, and currently they are having a 25% site-wide sales, and this new collection is included. So after discount, this is only 9 USD. This Wild Child palette is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette with one glitter formula, which is the central one, which is not safe for the immediate eye area use. And this is a rich, warm chocolate monochromatic palette. It has several color values meaning the lightness and darkness of the colors. And you can use these colors for different parts of the eyelid. But I hope that they can include some highlighter colors because I think they lack of some light colors over here. In this palette, there is one dark matte color, which is the last color. This is for the outer corner, and I hope actually that they can add actually 1 or 2 more of such colors for more options for the outer corner use. And Colourpop mentioned that this palette colors designed to be deep and rich, which is great for dears with dark skin. Again, I would like to give full credits to Amanda from Makeup Just For Fun for her hand swatch photo. I'm using her hand swatch photos for the illustration, and I'm using these 2 photos, the palette photo and the hand swatch photos from Colourpop, as the reference. So let's start with the first color, Spotted. This is described as a matte warm mid-tone brown. This is the dupe color. I found this from their single eyeshadow. This is a matte warm light brown color. So comparing these two colors, the original and the dupe color, I find that this is a pretty spot on color. Second color is Fierce. This is a metallic soft copper. This is the lightest color of them all. At first, I thought that this is the light champagne color for the inner corner highlight, but after a few photos I've seen from the Instagrams and Colourpop, I find that this is actually a mid-tone color. So this is what I found from the Double Entendre palette, which is described as a metallic warm tone medium dark copper. Probably due to the lightings of the photo, I find that the original is a little fiercer. It's more gold than this dupe color. And the last color of the row will be this color, which is a matte deep terracotta. From Grandeur, I found the dupe color Mode. This is a matte warm chestnut color, which is the color over here. So comparing this dupe color and the original color, it seems like a pretty spot on color. Coming to this second row, which I find that this is the toughest to dupe. Let's start with the fourth color, which is the first color of this second row, which is Close Up, is described as a matte warm chocolate. Again, from this Grandeur palette, I found the dupe color over here, which is Lavish. This is a metallic warm bronze with blue, silver, gold pinpoints. This is the color. Comparing this dupe color with the original color seems to be a little darker and deeper than this dupe color, but they have the overall same vibe. Fifth color is Lashes. This is a pressed glitter, which actually from Makeup Just For Fun video, she was saying that on the packaging, this doesn't have an asterisk sign, but instead, the color next to it have an asterisk sign. So I guess this is probably a mistake done by the Colourpop. Sometimes Colourpop indicate the asterisk sign differently from their website and packaging and the palette. So it can be a little confusing. So just remember, dears, if you happen to see any pressed glitter finish in their palette, it means that these are not safe for the immediate eye area. So I've replaced this pressed glitter with a metallic color found from this Good as Gold in this color, Nuggets About You. This is a metallic deep bronze with gold sheen. Just basing on the hand swatch photo from Colourpop, this seems to be a very similar color compared to the glitter, although they have very different finish. One is pressed glitter form, the other one is the metallic form. This is the last color of the row, which is Grassland. It's a matte deep brown with silver and gold pearl. I found this dupe from Proceed With Caution. This is a collaboration palette with Sheila in the color Hazard in the short form. This is a metallic cool deep taupe brown with warm flicks of shimmers. And this is the color here. Comparing the original and the dupe color, the original color seems to be a little deeper than the dupe color. So overall, I find that for the second row, I don't really dupe as close as possible, but the vibe is there. This is the last row of the palette because I find that the dupe I found is the closest to the original color. This is the first color of the third row, Hard to Get, which is described as a matte chocolate berry. And I found the dupe from this brown sugar palette, which I will be doing a comparison with this palette later. In this color, Choc. This is a matte warm deep reddish brown. This is the color over here next to it. And comparing these two colors, the original and the dupe, I find that this is very similar. They both have a red base to it. This is Icon, which is described as a metallic dark chocolate. From this Night Owl palette, I found this color Tweet. This is a metallic warm deep olive brown with a gold sheen, which is the color over here next to this. And I'm quite surprised that this is exactly the same color. That's why it makes me wonder whether Colourpop just renamed the same color with a different name and then package it with a different packaging, different palette design, and then sell as another palette because the color just seems so similar to each other. The last color of this palette is Feisty. which is a blackened plummy matte brown. Chasing Rainbows, this is one of their older palettes, which is a holiday release, I think 2 years ago in 2019 or 2018. Anyways, I found this Prism from this palette, which is a matte warm deep brown, which is this color over here. And seriously, I find that these two colors, the original and the dupe, seems very similar. So that's why for the third row, I find that this is my most satisfying row because I find that each color closely match the original color. I saw a lot of comments in the Instagram stating that this palette Brown Sugar is exactly the same as Wild Child. So I'm doing a hand swatch comparison between these two palettes and see what's the difference. And again, I like to give full credits to Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun for her hand swatch photos. And dears, if you'd like to know more about the Wild Child collection, please refer to her review video. I will link her video in the description box below as well as on the iCard. Brown Sugar is a collaboration with Kurochi, who is a US beauty YouTuber, and these palettes can't be found on the Colourpop website anymore. As you guys can see, both the Wild Child palette and the Brown Sugar palette are the warm brown palette. Brown Sugar is the lighter version and Wild Child is the richer, deeper version. For Brown Sugar, it is also a 9-pan eyeshadow palette. It has 6 mattes, 3 metallics. All the 9 eyeshadows are safe to use on the immediate eye area. For the Wild Child palette, it has more metallics formula than the Brown Sugar. It has a total of 4 metallics color, 1 pressed glitters which is not safe to be used on the immediate eye area, and 4 mattes finish. So dears, if you like more shimmery finish, then probably you can take a look at the Wild Child. Colourpop like to produce the same color stories with subtle difference. Either they play one tone up or one tone down. We won't find two exactly same palettes from Colourpop. For example, for their existing collection, the Desktop palette, Coconuts, and Stone Cold Fox. Although these three have the similar color stories, but if you take a closer look, they actually has a subtle difference between them. One is lighter than the other. So likewise for this Brown Sugar palette and the Wild Child palette, this Brown Sugar is the lighter version and the Wild Child is the deeper version. Not exactly the same, but they have the same color story. So it depends on whether you like the lighter version or the darker version. My final thoughts for this Wild Child eyeshadow palette, whether I want to get them or not. After I came out with this dupe, the more I look at it, the more I like it and being attracted by these color stories, because I really find that this is very rich and it will really suit dears with darker skin. It looks so good on them. At the same time, I will say no, I will not buy this palette because I am not into brown eyeshadow. I like natural neutral eye makeup look, but my natural neutral color stories tends to be the Huda Beauty nude type, the mauve, the soft pinks, and some browns, but I seldom use brown. And when I got this palette Brown Sugar, till now I actually seldom use this. So I will skip this Wild Child palette, although I think that this is very attractive and this definitely suits dears with darker skin. I'm not going to get it. But dears, how about you? Will you be picking up this Wild Child when Colourpop restock this? And do you like the color stories? Please comment in the comment section below. Also dears, please comment in the comment section whether this series helps you to decide better or not you want to get the new eyeshadow palettes. I would like to gather some feedbacks from you dears. Thank you so much. And last but not least dears, here's an inner beauty tip for us to be more beautiful and more wise. No matter how hard the past, we can always begin again. Thank you so much for watching dears. If you happen to like this video, please consider to subscribe. In this channel, I'm focusing on now duping the eyeshadow palettes that I'm interested to buy because I find that I'm getting the same color stories over and over again. I do not want to waste money and save space. I also like to do makeup products review and doing eye makeup look. So if you happen to like this kind of topics, please consider to join in my YouTube family. Thank you so much. And may you dears have a peaceful, blissful and joyful week ahead. See you next time. Bye! And before you go, please check out these two videos over here. Thank you!